The level 5 Espers from a certain magical index and a certain scientific railgun are known as the strongest and most feared psychic ability users in Academy City. Out of over 2 million students, only 7 have reached this elite rank. In this video, I'll be explaining who each of the level 5 Espers are from the Toaru franchise, with concise information about their powers, personalities, and backstories. Level 5 Espers are considered as valuable as nuclear weapons due to their superpowered abilities. Most lower ranked Espers in the city can only dream to be a level 5 one day. They are also not ranked based on strength, but instead based on how important they are to Aleister Crowley, and how close they are to ascending to a godlike rank of level 6. Sogiita Gunha, the 7th ranked level 5. Don't underestimate him for being number 7, because he's got a hell of a lot of guts. Sogiita is unique compared to the others as he is a gemstone, meaning he got his power before even coming to Academy City, and didn't need the drugs and experiments to develop an Esper ability. Instead, somehow via natural means, thanks to his environment, he became the strongest of all gemstones. Sogiita's Esper power doesn't have an official name, but it appears to be controlled via his own delusions. Not very scientific for an Esper, I know. Due to his obsession with the concept of having guts, Sogiita can perform a wide variety of actions, which is uncommon for an Esper as they are usually limited to just one ability. He can create a wall of psychokinetic energy and destroy it, causing an explosion which is known as Attack Crash. His other abilities include Aurora Guard, which uses the electromagnetic field of the Earth to form a barrier from electric attacks. Sogiita can even walk in mid-air and can regenerate broken bones and damage to his heart. After being invited to the city and enrolling in a school, Sogiita became somewhat of an urban legend thanks to his antics, in addition to acting like a wannabe superhero through his vigilante means of saving others and inspiring them by promoting the philosophy of guts. While Sogiita is arguably the least intelligent out of the level 5s, he compensates for it with his eccentric personality and his destructive power. If you'd like to see a more in-depth and up-to-date explanation on all Sogiita's powers, then help me get to 22k subs and I will make that video for you. Aihana Etsu, the 6th ranked level 5. The enigmatic number 6 is another urban legend within Academy City, and is a recurring mystery in the entire series. Almost no one knows Aihana's real identity, as their name is likely an alias. We also do not know their true appearance, sex, gender, age, and the name of their ability. So there are many theories about who they could possibly be. We do know that Aihana usually stays hidden away from mostly everyone, and prefers to view events in the city unfold from the shadows. They are known in the city as the Dark Side's Bane, as Aihana tends to interfere indirectly with the affairs of the criminal underworld of the city. While this may make Aihana seem like a good person who wants to combat injustice, the truth is that they are actually very self-centered and arrogant. This is also due to Aihana's unnamed Esper power, which can supposedly turn someone into an ideal version of themselves, believing that others need their help to be successful. They can also conceal their appearance by seemingly manipulating light and sound around them. However, it is unclear how they do this due to the one ability rule from earlier. Notably, Aihana can't turn themselves into an ideal version, as they can only bestow this power upon others. Many individuals claim to be the number 6, some who are in a hopeless situation, in order to strike fear into others in order to escape, or those who boast about it to make them and their Esper power seem stronger than it actually is. Due to the mysterious identity of Aihana, there are many crack theories about who they could possibly be. The most popular of which is that Aihana Etsu is Toma's classmate Aogami Pierce, due to Aogami Pierce not being his actual real name, in addition to his level and Esper power being completely unknown. Shokuhou Misaki, the 5th rank level 5, and also known as the Queen of Tokiwadai. Shokuhou is one of the weaker level 5s in terms of pure physical strength. but she compensates for her lack of fitness due to being the strongest mind-controlling Esper in the city, with her ability Mental Out. With this power, Shokuhou can control the minds of about 10 people at once, with this number vastly increasing via her exterior brain, or when she issues simple commands. Shokuhou can control memories, read minds, and more via pointing a normal TV remote at her target, manipulating the moisture and bioelectricity in the brain to influence them. Her ability is also much more potent in her berserk state, where she loses control of it. At a young age, Shokuhou was experimented on by scientists at the Clone Dolly Ideal Lab, along with a group of other young girls in order to try and develop a new level 5 Esper. Shokuhou was the lucky one who achieved that rank, and after the death of her friend Dolly, took over the facility by using her power on the scientists, breaking through the helmets which were designed to try and stop her from controlling them. She also has a past with the main character of the series, Kamijo Toma, which I will not spoil, but you can watch this if you want to find out more. Shokuhou later enrolled in the prestigious Tokiwadai Middle School, where she amassed a loyal following as the head of the largest clique in the school, earning her the title of Queen. Shokuhou is a morally grey character due to her unorthodox methods of solving problems, although she is also loved and respected by her followers for the compassion she shows. Outside of her clique, not many people trust her due to the stigma surrounding her ability to make others do whatever she asks. Mugino Shizuri, the 4th rank level 5, codename Meltdowner. Mugino is the leader of the dark side organization known as Item, often doing dirty work involving eliminating targets for the board of directors and other clients. Her Meltdowner ability allows her to fire electrons at high speeds, which disintegrates matter upon contact. It can even change the atomic composition of her targets. Mugino is also a member of the famous Mugino family, one of the wealthiest in the world due to their business in the wheat trade for over 100 years. The Muginos are also involved in organized crime behind closed doors, so the level 5 Esper of the family really does take after them due to her own involvement in the underworld. Not much else is known about her backstory, other than that she also has a butler called Mujina Yama. Mugino also saved a girl in her past called Takitsubo Riko, who was abducted by scientists who had an interest in her power. Mugino also found her power to be very useful, and the two of them would later form Item along with Frenda and Kinuhata. Mugino is one of the most ruthless level 5 Espers, who often takes joy in hunting down her helpless victims, and will murder her own colleagues if they dare betray her. While she is known to be a complete savage, she does sometimes show a softer side to her underlings when they try their best for her. Mugino is not completely evil, she's just more of a psycho than a girl with daddy issues. Misaka Mikoto, the 3rd rank level 5, and also known as the Ace of Tokiwadai. Yes, Misaka is the other level 5 Esper in Tokiwadai Middle School, and is reputed as the strongest Electromaster in Academy City. Electromasters being a classification of Espers who primarily use electric-based powers. She is famous for her railgun attack, which is also her codename. This attack launches a projectile at 3 times the speed of sound for considerable damage. Due to her mastery of electricity, she can apply her ability in a variety of ways, such as manipulating magnetism, firing lightning spears, and having a passive radar emitting from her body. Misaka is also the only level 5 Esper to have started at level 1 and rose to her current rank. As a child, she naively gave her DNA map away to scientists, believing her electrical powers may be used to cure paralytic diseases. Instead, her DNA was used to produce thousands of clones as lambs to the slaughter for the Sisters Project, which aimed to turn the number 1 ranked level 5 into a level 6. But more on him later. Misaka is known to be quite independent at Tokiwadai, as unlike most students, she decided not to join a clique. Still, she seems to have no problems making friends both within and out of her school, with the exception of Shokuhou, who acts as her main rival in the franchise. While Misaka is a very stubborn person, she is surprisingly humble, except when she's with Toma, as she hates the concept of a level 0 being able to repel her attacks. Misaka values her friends above all and isn't afraid to push the boundaries of the law to help those in need. She also has a pretty childish side to her due to her love of the frog mascot Gekota. And she is a tsundere, but of course, she will never admit it. Kakine Teitoku, the second rank level 5, otherwise known as Dark Matter, and the one who has touched the territory of God. Kakine's dark matter allows him to produce a strange white substance which did not exist prior to him creating it. Due to dark matter operating under different laws to normal matter, it can cause a variety of strange effects. With it, Kakine can create 6 wings, which not only allow him to fly, but can also attack his victim by stretching the wings towards his target. The wings are very sharp and can impale whatever they touch. He can also transmute the physical properties of other substances in contact with his dark matter, such as turning sunlight into lasers and transmuting a human body into sand. Kakine is the leader of School, another dark side organization whose goal is to allow him to negotiate with the board chairman and founder of Academy City, Aleister Crowley. This is because Kakine wants more than anything to become the number 1 level 5 in the city, and has a serious inferiority complex due to not being the top Esper. Therefore, his plans put him at odds with Accelerator, who he wishes to replace by eliminating him. Kakine's angst with himself also stems from him believing he is incapable of saving anyone, as he watched his childhood friend die and was unable to do anything to prevent it. Kakine later became attached to a young girl called Yuzuri Haringo, who was experimented on by scientists to try and develop her power to copy accelerators as part of the Dark May project. Yet again, Kakine was unable to prevent her death, therefore desiring the status as number 1 as his way of appeasing his insecurities. Kakine is very arrogant and will do whatever means necessary to achieve his goals, including harming innocent civilians. Accelerator, the number 1 level 5, and the one who wields the power of God. The strongest Esper in the city, apart from Toma. With white hair and red eyes, he is feared by most people in the city, but that doesn't stop some Espers from trying to beat him up to claim the title of number 1 for themselves. However, soon they realise just how stupid they are for thinking they had a chance at all. Accelerator's powerful ability Vector Control or Vector Manipulation, allowing him to influence anything which have physical vectors. A vector being a quantity which has both direction and magnitude, meaning he can control the physics of most things in existence with a mere touch. This extends to Accelerator's trademark Vector Shield, an invisible layer which covers his entire body and passively reflects anything that would harm him away. Interestingly, Accelerator is also the only level 5 to be known by his code name and nothing else at all. We do not know his real name, as he has forgotten it. There are a couple of characters who supposedly do know his real name, so maybe we will find out eventually. We do not know the circumstances of why Accelerator came to Academy City, and he does not have a family, possibly making him a child error. Child errors being orphans in the city which were abandoned by their parents. Accelerator was taken to different facilities in his youth, including the Sinister Special Ability Institute, where he witnessed horrific treatment of other children. Accelerator's power was developed by the scientist Kihara Amata, and it's implied that's where he got his crazy personality from. All Accelerator ever wanted was to have a loving family and be accepted by others. The entire military of Academy City was called to action to make him stand down when he was only about 10 years old. Years later, he was then influenced by scientists to participate in the Sisters Project of mass murdering Misaka clones, which he was told would give him the absolute power of a level 6 Esper. Believing this would make him invincible, Accelerator wanted this reputation so that he wouldn't have to cause harm to others ever again, in the hope one day he would be accepted by society. Despite Accelerator's willingness to kill and his psychotic personality, there is undoubtedly some good within him, as he wishes to grow and mature as a person. And that's all of them. Each of the level 5s also have their own spin-offs in the franchise, with the exception of Sogiita and Aihana as of when this video was recorded. Let me know down below which level 5 Esper is your favourite, and if you would like to see me rank each of them from weakest to strongest, and plenty of other videos about them, click on these videos on screen right now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.